Did you know the S in Harry S. Truman's name doesn't actually stand for anything? It's a tribute to both of his grandfathers, Anderson Ship Truman and Solomon Young. His parents couldn't decide which one to honor, so they just used the initial S. It's one of those fun little quirks of history that makes you see a world leader in a whole new light. But there's so much more to the 33rd President of the United States than just his middle initial. Truman was a man of the people, born in Lamar, Missouri. Before he ever stepped into the political arena, he was a farmer, a soldier, and even a haberdasher. That's a fancy word for someone who sells men's clothing. He ran a hat shop with a friend, but unfortunately it failed during the recession. It just goes to show you that even future presidents face setbacks. His military career is fascinating. He served as an artillery captain in World War I, and his men, who initially doubted this four-eyed officer, came to deeply respect him. He was known for his decisiveness and his ability to command under pressure, leading his battery through some of the war's toughest fighting without losing a single man. This experience on the battlefields of France undoubtedly shaped the leader he would become. Now, let's talk about his rise to the presidency. It was completely unexpected. He was Franklin D. Roosevelt's vice president for just 82 days before FDR passed away in April 1945. Imagine that. One day you're the VP, and the next, you're leading the country during the final intense months of World War II. He famously said, "I felt like the moon, the stars, and all the planets had fallen on me." The weight of the world was truly on his shoulders. And what decisions he had to make. He authorized the use of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, a decision that ended the war but remains one of the most debated actions in modern history. Truman stood by his choice, believing it saved countless American and Japanese lives by avoiding a full-scale invasion of Japan. It's a moment that defines his presidency and highlights the immense burdens of leadership. After the war, his challenges didn't stop. He was instrumental in shaping the post-war world. He oversaw the implementation of the Marshall Plan, which helped rebuild war-torn Europe and prevent the spread of communism. He also established the Truman Doctrine, a policy of providing aid to countries threatened by Soviet expansion. This set the stage for the Cold War, a decades-long standoff between the United States and the Soviet Union. Back at home, Truman was a champion for civil rights. In 1948, he took a bold and controversial step by issuing an executive order to desegregate the armed forces. It was a major milestone in the fight for equality and came years before the wider civil rights movement gained national momentum. He faced a lot of political backlash for it, but he believed it was the right thing to do. One of the most famous stories from his political career, the 1948 presidential election. Everyone, and I mean everyone, thought he was going to lose to Thomas Dewey. The Chicago Daily Tribune was so confident that they famously printed the headline, "Dewey defeats Truman," before all the votes were counted. But Truman, with his famous "Give 'em hell, Harry" campaign style, pulled off one of the greatest upsets in American political history. The photo of him holding up that incorrect newspaper with a huge grin is absolutely iconic. Truman left office with low approval ratings, but history has been much kinder to him. Historians now consistently rank him among the greatest U.S. presidents for his decisive leadership. During incredibly turbulent times, his famous desk sign read, "The buck stops here," a simple phrase that perfectly summed up his philosophy of taking ultimate responsibility for his decisions. Harry S. Truman was a plain-spoken man from Missouri who never expected to be president but rose to the occasion with courage and conviction. From a failed haberdasher to a world-shaping leader, his story is a powerful reminder of the unexpected paths life can take. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this interesting, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. We'll see you in the next video.